Hello friends, we are in the latest episode of Transfer News. There is very little time left for the winter transfer window to open. Before we start the video, if you subscribe my channel and like the video, you give the greatest support. The possibility of Alphonso Davies transferring to Real Madrid is very high. This is because Bayern is not willing to pay the salary that Davies currently demands, which is their most sensitive point. They don't show mercy to players asking for too much salary increase. We expect the 23-year-old Canadian left-back to join Real Madrid in June. Additionally, Real Madrid is in constant secret contact with Haaland and his surroundings. Currently, they are more interested in Haaland than Mbappe. The Norwegian recently suffered a minor injury, and there are claims that they even discussed this matter. The offer from Real Madrid is a subject of curiosity. However, some claim that these rumors are actually about Mbappe. As you may know, despite promising to join Real Madrid last, Mbappe left them hanging and signed a contract with PSG. According to rumors, Real Madrid wants to send a message to Mbappe by negotiating with Haaland. Florentino Perez, the president, is waiting for Mbappe to say, "I want to come." Therefore, some say that their purpose in meeting with Haaland is to provoke jealousy. It's really strange to employ such a tactic at the highest level. We do not expect significant moves from Saudi Arabian teams in January, except for Al Nassr. Ronaldo's team is aiming for the championship and intends to build a stronger squad in the second half of the league. They plan to send Fofana and a few players and make two new midfield reinforcements. Casemiro and De Bruyne are the favorites. They are also preparing to negotiate with two stars. These are Ronaldo's special requests. The Saudi Arabian team believes they can convince both players. Last month, it was said that Messi and Ronaldo would face each other again in a match. Inter Miami denied these claims. However, Saudi Arabia made a significant offer for this tournament, and the showdown between Messi and Ronaldo under the name Sun Dawn has officially materialized once again. By the way, how many Sun Dawn is this? It's not very convincing anymore. Since the Juventus-Barcelona match, they have faced each other twice more under the name Sun Dawn. The Al Nassr Inter Miami match is scheduled for February 1, 2024. Saudi teams have set their sights on Vardy. The 36-year-old forward is happy at Leicester, and he dreams of returning to the Premier League next season. He intends to stay in England. However, whispers from Saudi Arabia could be significant. Despite his age, Vardy's form and fitness improvement have attracted the attention of Saudi teams like Al Shabab and Al Qadsiya. Saudi teams offer an appealing lifestyle advantage for players and their families. Not just for the upcoming years, players live in some of the most beautiful places in Saudi Arabia. Currently, they are trying every possible way to convince Vardy to join them. If Bayern were to acquire Zaragoza, Gnabry would be available for sale. Bayern would be willing to sell if a market value offer, such as €55 million, is made. In the past, both Arsenal and Manchester United made offers, but currently, there is no team actively pursuing the player. Joshua Kimmich is far from his previous form, experiencing numerous misplaced passes and positional losses. Consequently, he seems to be lacking confidence at the moment. Moreover, Bayern's current transfer plans do not instill confidence in Kimmich either. If he does not extend his contract, which he currently has no intention of doing, the upcoming summer will be Bayern's last chance to sell him. Barcelona's greatest dream pleases them greatly. Xavi has given instructions to do everything to bring him in. The player also wants to come, but of course, convincing Bayern comes first. Additionally, Barcelona continues negotiations for both Felix and Cancelo. The team's president, Laporta, is determined to do everything to keep them. Di Maria has promised to transfer to Rosario. He has even formalized this commitment with a signature. He will leave Europe next season. However, leaving with his current form is indeed a significant loss. The 35-year-old Argentine is still at the top level, almost putting on a show. Last year, Chelsea employed a tactic of signing players to 7 to 8-year contracts when making transfers. This was a strategy to spread the cost of the player over the length of the contract. For instance, a transfer worth €80 million with an 8-year contract would be allocated to an annual cost of €10 million. UEFA did not raise any issues with this approach at the time. However, the rules are changing. While Chelsea can still sign players to 7 to 8-year contracts, they can now only spread the cost of a player over a maximum of 5 years. This new rule is expected to apply to existing contracts as well. Consequently, Chelsea's visible tactic in the last transfer window to strengthen their squad has been hindered. This new rule has led to an abrupt increase in the annual cost of all transfers. For example, the annual cost, which was €59 million, has suddenly risen to €83 million. This is actually impacting the desired move for Osimhen, especially in the upcoming January transfer window. Some question why the player would join Chelsea's currently struggling squad. However, it's Osimhen's dream, and joining Chelsea is not seen as a barrier. Additionally, Napoli has reached an agreement with him for a new contract. Nevertheless, this does not prevent the transfer. A release clause of €130 million will be added, and this will be the price that Chelsea needs to pay to acquire him. Hakan Çalhanoğlu's name, linked to West Ham, is also circulating in connection with Chelsea. The fans are divided on this matter. Some say, our midfield is already crowded, the money should be spent on Osimhen, while others argue, we definitely need an experienced midfielder like Hakan. Chelsea is considering selling Conor Gallagher in January. Tottenham has been interested in him for a long time, but they are hesitant to make an offer. They are not considering acquiring him without offloading a midfielder in January. First, Højbjerg needs to leave. Jonathan Tah has received offers from both Chelsea and Liverpool. The race for Bayer Leverkusen's defender has begun. He is one of the names we are definitely looking at for a transfer. The 27-year-old centre-back is a focal point of interest. It's quite interesting that Al Hilal is looking for a forward to replace Mitrovic rather than having him as a backup. Mitrovic has been the top goal scorer this season, including in the top 10 leagues worldwide. Everything is evident. However, they seem to be more interested in the Lewandowski transfer. If Mitrovic were to leave Saudi Arabia, it would be an incredible opportunity for other smaller leagues. Mourinho is interested in Malang Sarr and Chalobah in January. He has individually met with both players to bring them to Roma. The Portuguese coach wants not just one but both of them. The claims about Juventus pursuing Calvin Phillips are increasing day by day. The Italians have written about his transfer as a New Year's gift. Rather than sending him to Premier League rivals, City may send the 28-year-old English player to Italy. We expect the English player to join Juventus on loan. Aaron Ramsdale is considering leaving Arsenal in the January transfer window. He has no intention of sitting behind Raya every week. Especially, Newcastle could be a good option for him. With Nick Pope being out of the team for 4 months, it seems like an opportunity for him. Talks between Jonathan David and Milan have begun. Lille had initially demanded at least €50 million for his transfer. However, Milan's offer is only €20 million. Currently, closing the gap of €30 million seems difficult. Kenan Yildiz is not getting the playing time he desires at Juventus. Therefore, he has informed the management of his desire to transfer in order to play. The expected transfer fee is €30 million. The transfer process for Kenan is currently active. Jerome Boateng is still looking for a team for himself. Recently, Roma was suggested, but Mourinho also rejected the idea. Even though he wants to play at a high level again, his chances seem slim. I think his chances of finding a team in Europe are diminishing. The possibility of going to Saudi Arabia is increasing day by day. I believe this option could be good for him. Douglas Costa, who left MLS, still has the intention of returning to Juventus. However, he has not received a response for his return yet. Additionally, he has his mind set on Saudi Arabia. If he receives a good offer, he could transfer there immediately. He has already sent them messages. We were certain that Adrien Rabiot would stay at Juventus. However, the French star walked away from the table before signing the deal. Rabiot's mother denied the claims that her son had signed a new contract with Juventus. This essentially means that they are leaving. Rabiot wants to transfer, and he will be a free agent in June, with the environment he desires ready. He has a good relationship with Manchester United, and there have been talks in previous years. I think they will meet for the last time in June. They won't pay a transfer fee for the 28-year-old player, and they also need someone like him in the midfield. Rasmus Højlund has played in 12 league matches but has failed to score. He scored in the Champions League, but having 0 Premier League goals is considered a very poor start for him, especially considering he cost more than Haaland, which some label as a fiasco. The Red Devils are once again in search of a striker, with Belgian Luis Openda at the top of the list. He has scored 14 goals in a total of 20 matches. He gained global attention for the goal he scored against City. The 23-year-old star's market value is €75 million, but they will need much more for his transfer fee. Manchester United is not functioning as a team, and this has been the case for a long time. It's a team where players who make money only from football play to pass the time somehow. Perhaps they didn't have this view when they first arrived, but the situation turns out to be exactly like this afterward. Anthony has only provided 1 assist for Manchester United and has scored 0 goals during this time. They are trying to offload him, but they can't easily sell him since they acquired the player for £95 million. United seems to be ahead of Tottenham in the race for Todibo. They have made offers for the 23-year-old Frenchman. They need help in the defensive area, and Ten Hag is expecting Todibo to be acquired in January. Lazio will make an offer for Mason Greenwood. The player has been absent for a long time, but he has found his form again wearing the Getafe jersey. Lazio has been monitoring his situation for the past 2 years. If he continues to shine at Getafe, they will try to secure his transfer from Manchester United immediately. The new boss of La Liga, Girona, is interested in Donny van de Beek. The player, who will leave Manchester United, has options on the table from Galatasaray and Frankfurt. However, the team with which the Dutchman is currently in talks is Girona from La Liga. If he delivers a successful performance, it might be a missed opportunity for other interested teams. Manchester United and Dortmund have discussed a potential swap between Sancho and Malen. Sancho is ready to return to the Bundesliga, while Donny Malen is eyeing an opportunity at Manchester United. In the potential swap, Dortmund might also need to pay a certain amount of money. Anthony Martial's situation remains uncertain. He will be a free agent at the end of the season anyway. They are expecting a price between 5 to 10 million to sell him in January. The player's name has been linked with Monaco, but his priority is Saudi Arabia. If he doesn't receive the desired offer, Monaco will have the advantage. We have reached the end of today's video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Goodbye.